Good morning, Magic. I'm Gavin Verhey from Wizards of the Coast. And a question I get asked a lot is, how do I get a job at Wizards? Well, one such way is to come in through our college internship program. Every year, applications go up in winter, and then we pick the best of the best to come out for a summer internship here at Wizards of the Coast. And these are for all kinds of positions, from game design to marketing to Dungeons and Dragons to Arena and much, much more. Now, I figured I could tell you about them, but even better would be if the interns told you about them. So I talked with a handful of our interns about their experiences and wanted to share them with you. Take it away, everybody.
Hey, my name is Caleb, and I'm an associate data science intern for the business intelligence team this year at Wizards, and I am a rising junior at Vanderbilt University in Nashville, and I'm studying economics and computer science.
Hi, my name is Nicole Haven, and I'm a rising senior at USC as a game design major. And for this last summer, I was a software developer intern on Magic Arena.
Hi, my name is Amazoli, and I'm a software engineering intern on the digital platforms team from Bryn Mawr College in Pennsylvania.
Hello, everyone. My name is Sarah Scott, and I'm a senior at the University of Washington, currently studying computer science. And I was a software engineer intern this year working on Arena.
Hi, my name is Abby Sherlock, and I am a current game design Masters of Fine Arts student at the University of Southern California, and I was the Wizards 2021 digital marketing intern.
Hi, my name is Sarah Sloat. I was an intern at Wizards of the Coast this year. I worked with the digital publishing QA team on video games. It was great.
So what that job entails, associate data science, sounds very complicated. I work on the Arena team, so I work specifically on understanding how well our reporting is of statistics in Magic the Gathering Arena. This involves making sure we're getting accurate representations of what is happening in the game so that we can see what is successful and what isn't. For instance, this might involve how well are the daily deals doing today? How many people bought this cosmetic? Is this cosmetic doing well? Do we want to keep pushing that, or do we want to pull back and start pushing something else? And that's what my job has really been, is making sure that that reporting is accurate and then making judgments based on what the data is showing.
And yeah, so that role pretty much consisted of me working on my intern project, which was a project assigned to me at the beginning of the summer. I was tasked with creating a debunking tool for Magic Arena, which essentially is a tool that's going to be used by the engineers to make working on the game a lot easier for them. Also on the side, I would do a few bug fixes here and there, which also consisted of me going through the code, familiarizing myself with the code base, and then finding the bug, fixing it, and submitting the changes. But yeah.
Basically, I work on an internal website that helps administrators manage people's Wizard accounts. So I added some features that can help admin manage people's Wizard accounts, like a feature to add notes to people's accounts so that customer service reps can keep track of the actions that have been taken with that account, etc. I also did some UI optimizations on the website to make it easier to navigate, like changing things to the drop-down menu, making some fields autofill, stuff like that.
This summer, I worked on a tool to help designers, artists, and engineers easily modify aspects of the game in a visual manner.
So digital marketing basically is talking about like our socials and our relationships with influencers, all those cool promos that you see go out to the public and to your favorite streamers. That's kind of what we were working on. So basically I worked on socials and influencers for both the Magic the Gathering and Dungeons and Dragons teams. And that meant all of our cool events that also happened this summer, like D&D Live and also D&D Celebration that's coming up.
So what is digital publishing QA? Working on video games and creating plans of how to make those video games great. Digital publishing starts at the very beginning, so I was able to see the beginnings and ends of games, notably Dark Alliance, which was super amazing, and I enjoyed working on it immensely. I was able to playtest the game quite a bit. I have terrible internet, so I was really good at testing the game for crashes.
My background with Magic and D&D before Wizards was very little. But since then, I played a lot of Arena last summer, and then during the school year, I played off and on. But in terms of D&D, my girlfriend and I love to play D&D, and we're trying to plan a campaign right now for some of us and our friends at college.
Before coming to Wizards, my main background was only in D&D. I've played many a campaign with my friends. I have a theater background and I'm a nerd, so obviously D&D is like the perfect crossover for that. And I actually didn't play a whole lot of Magic before I came here. But since I've been working on Magic Arena, obviously I started playing the game and I completely understand the hype. It's so fun. And it also helps that that Wizards literally sent us some Magic decks, also some D&D books. And so especially for the Magic decks, now I can get into playing the physical card game, which is amazing and fun.
My background with Magic and D&D before coming in as an intern was that I had never played Magic in my life, but I have played it now and I really like it and I'm definitely going to keep playing it. But I did play a lot of D&D. I was a player in like 4 campaigns and I also was DMing a campaign, and D&D was pretty much my entire life. And I guess still is, especially like more so now that I work here.
I've always been a huge fan of D&D because really the only limit is your own creativity. Before I started as an intern last summer, I'd mostly only dabbled in Magic now and then. But during our internships, we're given specific time to playtest, and I developed a love for Magic, specifically for blue and white decks.
So I had never played Magic the Gathering before coming to Wizards, and afterwards I got to play Arena and play through the tutorial and understand what it was all about. And for D&D, I had played D&D a lot in my undergrad and college, and I was always, a classic neutral good paladin. And I just have really fond memories with my college gaming club of playing D&D on late nights, ordering pizza, just sitting around someone's kitchen table and playing till like 3 a.m.
I've played D&D since the start of college the first time, so that was about 8 years ago or so. I've played Magic probably for the last 6 or 7 years. I end up playing Magic more because it's a very easy sit-down game for me and my husband to just sit down and play.
I think the coolest story I have is from last year's internship. So not this summer, but last year when I actually got to play Dungeons & Dragons with Chris Cox, who's the president of Wizards of the Coast. I was really new to D&D at the time, and it was really, really fun to get to play with him, and that was just an experience I can brag about forever.
For me, the coolest thing was being able to see all of the up-and-coming unannounced projects for Wizards, because I've been such a big fan of Wizards for so long, and being able to get excited about things that are coming in the future, even though I can't talk about them, it's just so exciting. I think that was the coolest thing, because I feel like I'm like an insider now, and I know what's going on, and I am very excited for the future. And yeah, that was probably the most memorable moment for me.
It's really hard for me to isolate like one cool story or moment from working here because I really enjoyed the whole thing. But if I had to isolate one aspect of working here that has been my favorite, it's honestly just been getting to know the platform team and the other interns. So some of my favorite things have been like joining the Friday happy hours and getting to know the other people on my team and the small group coffee chats with the other interns. I just think that everybody who works here is really cool, and I really liked getting to know all of you. So
there's so many dope moments during my internship. It's kind of hard to pick one or two, but I really enjoyed hearing about all the fun new things that are coming out in the future. And the employee store stipend is amazing. I now own every single D&D book, and I'm going to have to invest in a larger shelf once my internship is over.
So a really cool moment that is just really like sweet that happened during my internship was basically finding out that someone else in our intern cohort also was in the same program as me at my school, Nicole. And so we got to talk quite a bit and are hanging out soon in person since the internship was remote. Getting to be able to do that and Wizards kind of, like being the conduit for us starting our bond was like really exciting and cool. And it's always neat to find more friends who have shared interests as you do.
My coolest story is actually presenting my document to the digital publishing team. My best friend has cerebral palsy, and I wanted to make something where I wanted to make sure that she could play a Wizards game. So that's what I did. And anyone else that has a disability, I wanted them to be able to play a Wizards game too, because I love this company. and everyone should have a chance to experience what they make.
Overall experience, Wizards is amazing. Everyone is so caring and thoughtful, and you have questions, ask them, because people love to answer them and they want to get to know you and they want to help you grow and learn. And that is just really amazing, and get to see all these amazing worlds be built around you.
My overall experience was fantastic. I think that even though this internship was remote, I learned probably just as much as I would have if it was in person. I think I had a full experience, and I still made connections, I still made friends, and it was overall very, very fun.
My overall experience was fantastic, and I would definitely come back.
I would definitely come back and recommend Wizards of the Coast to anyone. I know a lot of software engineers are hesitant to work in the game industry because it's kind of gotten a bad rap, but I'm happy to say Wizards is above them all. They truly care about your well-being.
Yes, my experience with Wizards was awesome. This is my last internship before I graduate in May of 2022, and I could not ask for a better summer before my last year of school ever. My team was so wonderful and kind, and I learned so much. And then I was just so excited about all the products we were working on. And you learn a lot because the internship program has these really cool opportunities where you can learn from different departments, different teams, like Gavin's morning magic show. And so you get to learn about like what everyone in the company is doing. And that's just a really cool way to feel really ingrained into the company culture.
My overall experience with Wizards, I loved it. I would absolutely come back. This company is amazing, and being able to work with a company that's very inclusive and to work on, different IPs that I love has been a dream come true, really.
I really hope that you can just come in with the mindset of, if there's something that someone says, hey, we need someone to do this, always be available to volunteer. I've volunteered to do a lot of random ad hoc stuff this summer, and that's led to me seeing a lot of different parts of the business intelligence team and learn a ton. And saying yes and volunteering for things to work on not only lets you stand out and show, hey, I can do this, but also lets you just see a lot more and grow a lot more.
I think the main piece of advice that I'd give to incoming interns or even people that are applying is not to let imposter syndrome get to you. For me personally, I definitely felt a bit of imposter syndrome at the beginning of my internship. I was worried to ask questions if I didn't know anything, but you need to remind yourself that this is an internship and you're supposed to learn, and it's okay if you don't know things. Obviously, if you're at Wizards, you were chosen for a reason, and everybody there is truly there to just help you, and it's okay if you don't know something.
My advice for incoming interns would just be to ask for help when you need it, and ask for help when you realize that you need it, because there's a reason that you're here. You're good at your job. Don't panic if you don't know how to do something. There's plenty of people who want to help you, and it doesn't mean that you are a bad intern. There's always a learning curve for everything, and it's okay to ask for help, and you should ask for help.
To the new interns coming in, the most important advice I can offer is to always ask questions. Most of the time, if an intern encounters an issue and gets stuck, there is another person on your team who probably has had something similar happen to them, and a 10-second message on Teams might save you tons of hassle, potentially hours.
But my advice for people at Wizards is definitely to reach out to whoever at the company is doing whatever you're interested in or what you like or what you're curious to know more about. Everyone is so welcoming and wants the interns to have a good experience and just wants to impart knowledge about their work. And so being very gung-ho about oh, I'm really interested in XYZ, then you should totally reach out to someone about XYZ. And then you have a one-on-one, and then you get to talk to them and talk with them, and then just bond over your shared love of XYZ. So I did that multiple times over this past summer, and it was encouraged all the time just to keep learning as much as you can.
My advice for any interns here at Wizards would be ask a lot of questions. It's okay. If you're not sure about something, don't stew about it. Don't not be sure. Ask questions. Everyone loves to help, and no one expects you to be an expert. Imposter syndrome is real, and I get that you think that a lot of people think they didn't deserve what they got, but you do, and asking a question isn't going to make anyone think any less of you. Everyone here is amazing.
A big thank you to all of the interns who appeared in this video and the entire class of 2021 Wizards interns. You were awesome, and I hope to see you back here sometime soon. And if after watching this you're interested and you're currently in college, well, keep an eye out this winter as applications go up. And who knows, maybe you'll be in this video next year. If you have any questions, you can also let me know in the comments down below. I'll talk with you again on Friday. And in the meantime, may you reach for your dreams. You got this. Is Yawgmoth's Testament. Now, this card has had an art swap, and it's not totally clear why. What changed here?
So yeah, there were actually a couple of errors in the Phyrexian text itself. Well, the big one was that Yawgmoth's name was actually spelled wrong on it. And so